Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann and it's another Flossy Friday. I don't have a whole lot to show you, but I'm excited for what I do have to show you. So let's just jump into it. It was the first week of October. There's Potter. It was the first week of October, so I did work on my Halloween stitching. And so, first one I worked on was my Halloween sampler by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is on 14 count Ada by Picture This Plus in Voodoo. Yeah, I'm really liking it. Before, I only had these done, the border up to this skull, part of O, and a little bit of L. So, I mean, I've made some pretty decent progress, I think, on this, but last night I started my new start for the week, which was the Frosted Pumpkin Jack's Halloween Dream. I keep on calling it Jack's Candy Dream. It's Jack's Halloween Dream. But this is how far I have on it. This is a Fabrics by LJ in Starburst, 16 count Ada. I talked with Heather and she helped me pick out all my fabrics for my new starts for this month, except for one that I was on the fence on, and I put up an IG vote or whatever, and actually the winner of the vote was what I was more leaning towards, so that was kind of fun. She helped me pick these out, and I thought this would kind of be like fun because the majority of the pattern is like purples and orangish and orangey to like golden colors and greenish blues and things. So I thought that the yellow and the pink with like the hints of orange would really tie all the colors in and make it a little bit more like bright and fun, because it is about candy and things like that and dreams. So it kind of just completes like the rainbow of colors. So let's talk about what the wheel spun for next week. So next week, I always start my new weeks on Sundays. So this Sunday, I'm going to be starting The Witches of Salem by The Primitive Hair with Emily C. And I picked out this 32 count Days Gone By hand-dyed Belfast. 32 count, did I already say that? And I think I only need half of it, so I'm going to cut it in down the middle lengthwise. And I have something kind of already planned for the other half, actually. But it's really nice, tan, has pretty decent modeling on the half that I'm going to use. This section over here doesn't have a whole lot, but this bottom section really does. So the creepier bottom section is going to be for Salem Witches. And then the other piece that I have in mind for this, will fit mostly on the less modeled side of the second half of it. So that'll kind of, it'll work out. So this is my fabric for that. And I did edit a lot of the thread colors. So I'm pretty excited to get started on that. So that I'm going to start on Sunday. The other new start that I have for next week, because I did add something to the wheel, and actually the wheel just happened to land on it. It's going to be Brenda Gervais's Spirits and Spells, and I haven't printed out my working copy yet, and the patterns in the other room. So, but you've seen it probably, maybe, I think it came out around this time last year, and her Santa Jingle All the Way came out around Christmas, and then the chick for Easter came out around like February or March, I think, of this year. But they're like circular, and so it's a witch, and there's like pumpkins and stuff like that. So I'm going to do it on this pink fabric that I did dye. This is on a piece of linen that Adele sent me. I'm pretty sure it's 28 count, but I had originally dyed it like a pink and purple color, and I don't know why. This is back whenever I was like throwing everything in the tea and coffee, and I threw this in because the color that it was, I couldn't find anything that I wanted to stitch on it, and I don't know, I was kind of just like, I wonder what pink would do. And so I really like the way that it turned out. So I think she's gonna look really cool on that. And then these are gonna be for the other two. I'm gonna put the chick on the green and the Santa on the gold that I tea stained. So I think those are gonna look really neat. But I'm gonna start the witch next week as well. And then my whip for next week. So I did spin the wheel, and this is what the wheel landed on. This one I was gonna force the wheel's hand regardless, because we were gonna start it on Sunday. But since I added something to the wheel, I had to have 1 week with 3. And so since I'm definitely not gonna finish this in a couple of days, but this I'll get a fair amount of progress on, and I feel like the Brenninger base I'll get a fair amount of progress on. So I thought maybe this would be the week to do it, and the wheel picked them anyways. So it kind of gave me like a really good week, which is nice. Okay, so my whip that it picked was my Cricut collection, the Master and the Macabre. And I know that this was a very tiny start. I started it the very last day of Mania this year, or something that I was doing at some point earlier this year, where I finished something like the last day of a challenge, and so I started this just to start it. But this is on 40 count Newcastle. Doubloon is the color, also by Picture This Plus. Tiffany convinced me to get this. I personally hate it. I'm not a fan of stitching on 40 count. Do I like the look of it? Yes. Is it frustrating to stitch on? Yes. It is 1/2. But I have a lot of modifications that I want to make. I'm changing a lot of the colors for this and making it very much my own. So, yeah, just a very quick little update video. I wish I had more to show. I'll have a lot more to show next week. Hopefully my fabric of the month will be coming in next week as well. And actually that's an update. So the list of fabrics for the 2019 Baker's Dozen from Needlecraft Corner came out this week, and I wasn't gonna do it because I now have like so much fabric, but I saw the colors and they are fantastic. So I actually called Dreama today and I signed up for next year also. So it's gonna be really fun, and I got to talk to her for a little bit about how it all came to be and all that, and asked if there's gonna ever be a year of the Baker's Dozen where it's like the more crazy bright colors, and she said yes. So maybe that'll be year 2020. I don't know. She didn't tell me what year it's gonna be, but I do know one is coming. So I think this Baker's Dozen thing is gonna be something that I just stick with. But anyways, that's kind of how my week has been as far as stitching goes. I have been floating around the question in my Dyed Panda group about using this filament, and it's Krynic 93. 093 blending filament in Balger. I don't know if it'll focus. So it's really thin, super nice, cute and sparkly, and I want to mix it with white for like the ghosts and stuff. I don't want it to be super overly sparkly. I just want to give a little bit of like a shimmer. It's supposed to be done in Krynic number 4 in 191. And I don't have that. So I wanted to use what I had. So we'll see. If I don't like it, I guess I can always take it out and just make them white, or I have glow in the dark DMC, which I hate using, but we'll see. But yeah, anyways, that was this week. I'm excited for next week. I hope y'all all have a fantastic weekend and get a lot of stitching in this upcoming week, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye guys.